Okay, guys, so I went back and y'all remember the hat didn't have enough of the studs in it. So I went back and put studs in it. And now what I'm going to do, if you can see, the hat is still kind of soft. So y'all see that? So that's what the shellac does. So I'm going to now add the shellac because I want this to be very stiff. I am going to order some spikes. I'm going to make this hat really groovy. I'm going to add a couple spikes that's like poking up, sticking from there, so I can kind of go well with the jacket. So now what we're doing is just adding the shellac. And the shellac is going to give this hat, how y'all see my other hats be, really stiff. So if you don't want your hat like this, then you don't have to use the shellac. But unfortunately, I like all of my hats like this. So I did block this hat, meaning when I got it, it was just, you know, I'm gonna fix this too. Right there, one of the prongs is sticking up. I'll fix that also. And I'm actually getting the spikes. So if you see that prong, it's not all the way in here down right here. I'm actually getting real spikes that I'm gonna drill through the hat. It's gonna be drilled through the hat. So this is the same shellac, but in liquid form, it don't smell as bad. But remember, and I don't know how many times I say this to y'all, that shellac is very flammable. So don't put it in a furnace room or nothing like that. Keep it somewhere where there's no fire or no, you know what I mean? Keep it somewhere where you can't put it like in a garage because it might freeze. But in a cool space, like maybe under the counter somewhere in a dark space. Yeah, but not too hot, not too cool. So, you know, when I put this on, I let it dry for 24 hours. And the spikes are not here yet. The spikes are not here yet. I have to order them. So the spikes is getting ordered. And when the spikes get in, I will put them on and show you guys. So the hat is not finished. I just be showing y'all the many phases, I guess, that it go through. And I be definitely liking my hats to be stiff. So I really focus on the top of the hat, the brim, because I really be wanting this hat to be very, very stiff. And there's no wiring or nothing in it. You can get shellac off of Amazon. I believe they got it at Ace Hardware, maybe even Walmart. It's actually, I think it's a top gloss paint thing. But I get clear. So I think it's for decks. That's what I think it's for. But when you put it on felt, it turns it hard as a rock. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it because I want to work in the inside of the hat as well to give it nice stiffness. So if you're afraid that it'll change the color of your hat, and like I say, you do have to blend this in well, just do the inside of your hat. You don't have to put it on the outside. Some people will just do the inside of their hat. They won't do the outer because they be afraid of the color it might lose. And you can get the same effect, but I do both. I would say if it's not blended in well, it will kind of have that. But if you want a radiant look, just do the inside of the hat and the outer side of the brim. And I do not have a sweatband in yet. I will put the sweatband in, but this shellac, now that I'm doing it around here, it's going to tighten up. It's going to tighten up and give me a really nice fit. Hit around here really good, because this is where you want it to keep the structure of the hat. And then when you drying this hat, let it dry somewhere flat. Put it on something that's flat where you won't get the shape warped. So when I be want my hat to be stiff, flat like a pancake, you put it directly. Well, I use wood. You don't want to put it like on your dressers and stuff, because it will stick to the dresser when you put this on here. So, but yeah, make sure you, as you see right here, the hat is really soft. So just, when y'all see this hat again, it's going to have my spikes on it. All of the stuff I need to make it do what it do. So I am focusing on the inside. Also, this shellac is going to make this hat tighten up. It is. It's going to tighten up. It's going to get tighter. It's going to get tighter. So this is how them hats get really, 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 really hard. So if you see it's flexing and bending and doing all that, not no more. Once it dries, so y'all see it's kind of, it ain't gonna do none of that no more. So push it back down on here, and we're gonna let this dry. It's gonna dry. It's gonna dry like this. So I have to get the inside really good, the outer, depending on the stiffness you want your hat. I like my hat to be light as a feather, stiff as a board. So the more shellac you put, the stiffer this hat is going to be. So now the last thing I'm going to do is let this hat get on a fan, and we're going to let it dry. And when it dry, it is going to be really nice, really stiff. Okay. So now what I'll do, because you see how this side is bending up, when I take it upstairs, I got some heavy candles. I take it upstairs and I take the heavy candles and I place a candle wherever I want this hat to lay. Oh, don't sit it. Sorry, that candle or that tea light is going. Don't put this next to fire. No candles or nothing, because this stuff is flammable. A lot of time I'm not paying attention, not conscious of what I'm doing. I have a, well, it's not a candle, but it's a light. But this stuff is flammable. So don't set this next to no candles. Y'all got candles going, no. So now my whole concern is to have this hat to be able to be flush, flat. And remember, this hat is not finished. I'm just stiffening it now. I added the other prongs. Remember, I'm getting real spikes. I'm getting real spikes and kind of like drill it somewhere in here. Drill a couple in here because it's going to go with that jacket. So remember, when you're making these hats, you're making unique masterpieces. Remember that. You're making unique masterpieces. So that's what we got going on. So now we're just going to let this dry. It's going to dry now. The next time y'all hear it, y'all see right now, Well, it's something under here where y'all hear that, but when it dries, it's going to be very hard. I got to get the spikes, and when I get the spikes, so when y'all it's different phases, just kind of showing y'all each phase that I go to when I'm designing the hat. So this is what it's looking like. Now the shellac is on there. I added the other prongs that was missing. I do have to fix this side where it's like leaning up a little bit. I'll fix that. We'll get the spikes, everything, so I can put the shellac in the inside. So if you don't want your hat, if you feel like the shellac make it look a little hazy, don't do the outer of your hat. Only do the inner. This is what shellacs look like. See, that's like a yellowish color, a brownish yellowish color. It's like a liquid, but I do believe it is a paint something. It's something to do with paint. I think it's a top coat to the paint. So, and I'm going to put this somewhere where it's not next to nothing, where it could be flammable. You could sit over there. So remember, where you store that stuff, don't store it, don't let it dry next to candles, things like that. So we're going to let this dry, and when y'all see it again, it'll be ready. Okay, I got to get the spikes. So thanks for watching. Toodles.